This segment is sponsored by the Black Chronicle. Visit worldchronicleinc.com.
This is Girlfriend Day, okay? Girlfriend Day. Let us respect her as she is. And I could go through so many titles, but the title that is important is that I am sitting next to the first African American woman who was the head of the Labor Department for the United States of America. None other than my doctor's wife, Alexis Herman. How are you?
Great, Bev, and this is truly an all-in-the-family moment, and I'm so glad to be here with you. You're looking beautiful as ever.
You look magnificent. Did you write it down? I told you to write it down.
I feel real good. I don't have time to write it down because we are busy, and now more than ever, Bev, because I don't have to tell you. It's not just prayer time. We have to go to work on the critical issues that are really facing our community today, especially the unemployment rate.
But something is missing. You and I have been on the battlefield. We've marched. We've chanted. I say this all the time on my show. I don't understand what's missing. The enthusiasm. See, if this would have been in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the streets of America with unemployment almost 60-70% in our community, jail, 60,000 people in Chicago, Illinois in jail, just in Chicago. What's wrong with us, Alexis?
I think what has happened is that this tidal wave came so quickly. And I don't think we were prepared for the massive dislocations and for the massive job erosion that has occurred in our community. I just think we weren't prepared. We didn't see it coming. We knew we were a country that was facing an economic crisis. We knew that because of the wars that we were fighting, that so much money was coming out of the economy and not creating jobs here at home. But I don't think we realized how it was really going to ultimately impact our community. And now what has happened, we've lost hope, Bev. When you say, where's the passion, where's the fight? When you have so many people out of work who can't figure out how they're going to pay the rent next month, how they're going to keep food on the table, it's hard. It's really hard to just get up in the morning and find that fighting spirit. And that's why we got to do something different, I think, this time around.
Now, you said two things. One, you said we've lost the hope. But how can that be? Unemployment is not new to us. We were unemployed, although we worked, when we were brought over on the ship. We know what it is to take a penny and stretch it and to go out in the garden and get the dandelion greens and mix it so our kids can have something to eat. Did our generation fail to pass the passion on? Is that part of the problem?
That's a big part of the problem. We don't have the connections that we used to have, even in our pain. We knew how to support and celebrate one another and know that there was going to be a brighter day. And we collectively believed it, and we collectively struggled for it. That sense of community, that sense of connection is what we have lost, which is why the despair and the isolation now feels so much greater.
And so what do we do? Because every night I say stand up. You know, I've been saying it forever. Be counted, get involved. And we say it and we preach it. Do we need to put people out on the streets like we had in the 70s when SNCC and CORE? And could somebody go wake up Reverend Leon Sullivan and tell him, come on, baby. We need you to start another OIC.
I think we do have to have those visible reminders. You know, many of our kids don't even remember what it was like to mobilize in the street. But you listen to the members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and you listen to them talk about when they went out and had these town hall meetings in our community, and to talk about the unemployment rates, how they lined up by the thousands, because they didn't have jobs, and how even Republican members were calling back to some of the CBC members saying, you know what, I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. So a part of this is that we do have to find ways to make it more visible and to have tangible things that people can do, you know, because when you are struggling the way we're struggling now, we got to go back to basics and keep it simple and say, you need to do A, you need to do B, and C. And we can't maybe do C, D, E, and F, but we got to figure out how we do A, B, and C. And together we've got to get clear on what that looks like.
Before we let you go, because you were just so wonderful to be with me. You're just so wonderful. You and I are praying friends. Has the church done enough?
The church, in my view, has not done enough to educate our people on our reality. I think that we have to go back and use our church base, which has always been a source of our strength, to say, this is what's going on in our community, and one by one, the actions need to start as well in our churches. I think we still have the voice and the ear of large numbers of black people in our church base. And if our churches start to say, you know what, time out here. This is not what a Christian community is supposed to look like. You know, it's not enough to believe in the gospel. You got to translate that into action. And that's what we got to get back.
And that's what we've always had from you, a translation into action, my beautiful sister. This is Alexis Herman, still telling it like it is. She said we need to stand up. You need to get tired. You need to let folks know you care, and you need to get involved. 2012 is nation time. We'll be back.
This segment is sponsored by the Black Chronicle. Visit worldchronicleinc.com.